Welcome to your early morning intuitive guidance. We will get Instagram up and running here and jump in with today's card, which is an interesting one. Okay, Instagram, wake up. There we go. Oh, let's see. Yes. Okay, fabulous. Good morning. We'll wait for a couple of people to pop in as we're going here, but I'll yak in the interim. What else is new, right? I have a frog in my throat again today, so hopefully it won't be too intrusive. Hope you're all off to a good Wednesday. Some of you are probably finishing up Wednesday. That's all right. We have a card from the Priestess of Light deck today, and I think it's good morning, Barb. Glad you're here. Welcome. Hello, Gwen. Welcome, welcome. All practical rebels starting to pop in. This is good. This card deck and this card, well, the card deck often shows up. The card itself, not so much, but I think it shows up when it's a reminder that we've been kind of sliding away from that focus and needing to return. Good morning, Beth. Glad you are here. Welcome. I'm kind of weirded out because out of the corner of my eye, I keep catching a glimpse of my car out on the street. And usually it's in the driveway, but they are delivering a skip today to handle all of the material that they're going to be pulling out of the attic tomorrow. Good morning, Joe Neal. Glad you are here. Welcome. Such that I had to have the car out of the driveway if I wanted to be able to use it at all today. So we shall see when the skip gets delivered. They're actually, she was saying she thought they might be later than typical because they've been donating skips to the tornado recovery effort. So I'm sure they can use every one that they get, but we should have one today in order to deal with the attic redo of insulation starting tomorrow. Speaking of that, not sure how the next couple of days will look in terms of YEMIG. Tomorrow's probably likely to be the same. Friday morning may actually be at a regular time or later because I might be having stayed over at my daughter's and dumpster, big dumpster. Sorry, that's the other side of the pond term for it. Good morning, Julia. Welcome. Glad you are here. Thank you for the tulip and the sunshine. So yes, they're dropping off the dumpster a day early. Then tomorrow they're supposed to suck all of the crappy insulation out of the attic, do some preparatory stuff, and then Friday they'll do the spray foam stuff around the edge and then cellulose in the middle. The reason we didn't go with spray foam over the whole thing is it was way more expensive. So we thought we'd do the part that's most important around the edge and then the cellulose in the middle. But it's going to be, I mean, right now it's less than an inch. By the time they're done, it will be 15 inches. So it should be interesting to see what happens with the heating and cooling bills. So we have that being taken care of. And yesterday, my sister signed the contract for the work on the basement to be done. And actually, that piece was not nearly as big a hairy deal as we thought it was going to be. I mean, it looks terrible. It's an old home and it's field stone basement. Beautiful stones, but the man who was very knowledgeable, so if you ever need that done and you're in my local area, holler and I'll give you their contact information, explained how the wall was put together and that it's actually 2 stone walls, and that if you mess with one of them, either one of them, it compromises the integrity of the whole structure. So he was glad that we hadn't done our own excavation, let's say. So that'll be getting done probably within the next 3 to 6 weeks. So, and he and I were both talking about how likely it is that finding skilled tradespeople in the next year is going to be nigh on impossible because they're all going to be focused on the tornado damage and getting that repaired. But definitely can see that people are stepping up and very like the woman who called me for scheduling the dumpster drop off was saying that their company has been incredibly busy just helping their own workers, many of whom lost homes, had damaged homes, etc. So, yeah, people show up. People show up. And that fits lovely with today's card. It fits lovely with today's card. I don't think I said hi to Nancy. Good morning, Nancy. Glad you are here. So, let's begin with some tapping and some breath. Grounding ourselves to Mother Earth. That's so, so important right now. Being fully grounded and then reaching for the divine. Grounding to Mother Earth, very much like a tree, driving your roots into Mother Earth and then reaching your branches into the heavens. So breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Feeling those roots going down into Mother Earth, anchoring you solidly. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. And one more for good measure. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And if it feels good to you and you want to keep going, absolutely do so. If there's another spot that feels like some tapping would be beneficial, do that. This is for you and for you to feel solid, grounded, a part of the one, etc. So we have the Priestess of Light deck by Sandra Ann Taylor and Kimberly Weber. And this is my little book that falls apart, so I need to be cautious. The card, if you have the deck, it's card number 14. It is friendship, support, fun, unity, play. And so there's two women in traditional dress sitting on a rocky ledge. And if you notice, big smiles, big smiles. So let's read and see what it has to tell us. Friendship, support, fun, unity, play. The two smiling young women on this card look out over the beauty of their homeland with joyous appreciation. The profound kindred connection they share is clearly a wellspring of ongoing support and happiness. This card is telling you that it's an important time to reconnect with friends and loved ones in order to experience the camaraderie and joint intentions of your soul group. I love that phrase, the joint intentions of your soul group. Did you realize you had a soul group? I mean, we talk about our family of origin and our family of choice. Is your family of choice your soul group? Or are there others that are in your soul group? Do you know who's in your soul group? Who do you feel that affinity for? It might be people that you don't see often, but you just know, like you know, that you've walked this planet before with them. When I met my now ex-husband, I just knew like I knew that we were connected and that this wasn't our first rodeo together. And I'm having and I have thought that it probably won't be our last rodeo together either. But hopefully we learned some things in this one, even though we kind of goofed it up. Who knows? But yes, isn't that cool? Our soul group, our soul group, and that we have joint intentions. We came together as a soul group for a reason. Now, let me show you something and let me tell you a little story. This card, all sitting around the earth, tending to the earth, those white, it's kind of hard to tell on the card, but those white things that are around, that's their hands. Those are their hands, and that's the energy they're sending to the earth. And if you notice, the earth is kind of, the land masses are kind of brown. They're not green. So to me, that kind of signals some distress and that they're sending white light to the earth. But this image always reminds me of a story that my friend Bobby Silverstone tells about, and I believe it was during a breathwork session. It was either during a breathwork session or during a sacred fire that she had this sense of sitting around a sacred fire And the group of those around the fire were agreeing to come here at this time. And so that was her sacred group. And I do believe that if I asked her, she would say she has found many of the members of that sacred group throughout the course of this lifetime. Hopefully I'm one of them. But I just think that's such a cool idea. Not only are we not here alone, even when we have that lonely kind of a feeling, they're out there. Our sacred group is out there. Call them in. Use your yin energy, almost like that mental, emotional, physical, spiritual tractor beam to bring them in. This card is telling you it's an important time to reconnect with friends and loved ones in order to experience the camaraderie and joint intentions of your soul group. There is a powerful vibration that comes from a connection forged in shared history, philosophy, and loving experiences. A forged connection. Love that. It is a palpable yet often unspoken union that brings deep feelings of support. This may or may not be the family of your youth, family of origin, but when the resonance of these individuals vibrate in harmony, innocence, and enjoyment, you can rest assured that it is the family of your soul. I was on my coffee group call yesterday, which is they're definitely part of my soul group, absolutely so. And one of the women was talking about with great anticipation, she and her sisters every year about this time get together at a cabin on trying to remember which lake it is. It's not one of the Great Lakes, but it's in Lower Michigan. Anyway, they do a whole week together as sisters, and they're coming there this year with one's husband not doing well, their joint brother not doing well, the brother's wife not doing well, and yet they're coming together. They're showing up. They're being present for each other, filling each other's tanks so that when they go back into those circumstances, there's reserves to draw from. But they are very much a group of biological sisters that are also soul sisters. So it's kind of cool to hear about their connection. So, and then the following weekend, it's coming together that part of that soul group and other members of my soul group are coming together at one woman's house in the UP and spending a couple of days just quiet, just in nature, just sitting around the fire, just talking, just being, we're going to do some breath work because I've requested doing breath work. There she is. Lake Huron. Gotcha. It is a great lake. Fabulous. But again, I love that soul connection that you and your sisters have. I just think that is fabulous. And I'm so looking forward to again connecting with my soul people. And it's interesting when I think about it because some of them know each other, some of them don't know each other, some of them are going to get to know each other. And there's just that we belong together. So let's see. I'm going to read that sentence again. This may or may not be the family of your youth, but when the resonance of these individuals vibrate in harmony, innocence, and enjoyment, you can rest assured that it is the family of your soul. You may have been feeling the need for support lately. If so, let yourself turn to those you know who will allow you to express all your deepest desires and fears without judgment or derision. Certainly, I've been navigating that lately. I'm sure most of you feel like you've been navigating that lately because this is the coming out of the let me find it, the wake-up call that we're being given. Interestingly, I was telling you about this card and the tornado, But I also want to tell you about this card and my friend Bobby's dream, because after we were doing the Gestalt technique with her dream, and she said something, I can't remember what, but it prompted me to pick up this card and show it to her. And she said, "Wait a minute, Bon, put that card back up." So I did. And she goes, "Look at that line. It's the crest of the wave." She said, she had said during the recounting of the dream, there was something, there was a line. There was a line. And she said, "That's the line." When those things come together, you kind of get goosebumps. It's like, ooh, this is interesting. So let's see what else. Unite with others of like mind so you can continue to support each other through good times and bad. This card also encourages you to get together with others for the simple intentions of fun and play. The times when you share these magical vibrations, the magical vibrations of fun and play, will spread the irresistible resonance of joy exponentially through your life and theirs. And I think as a nation, as a culture, we have derided joy. We haven't really put it up in an elevated space where it really is meant to be. If you look at the Buddha statues, how often are they laughing joyfully? How often does the Dalai Lama use humor? When we are in that elevated place, joy, happiness, lightheartedness are all a part of that. Are all a part of that. Always remember, you deserve to let go, to have fun, to come together with the happy souls that lift your energy and fill you with hope, comfort, laughter, and unbounded bliss. And can you fathom that when that's where you're coming from, hope, comfort, laughter, and unbounded bliss, you are a gift to everyone you come into contact with. A gift to everyone you come in contact with. We need more of that right now. Things have been so heavy. Time to lighten them up. Time to lighten them up. The affirmation: I open myself to the supportive connections around me. Take a breath. Let it go. I open myself to the supportive connections around me. I join in the fun and joy that these loving friendships can bring. Take a breath. Let it go. I join in the fun and joy that these loving friendships can bring. So here's the minimum connection. Two folks. Could they be joined by a third? Absolutely. Could they be joined by a fourth? Absolutely. Connect, connect, connect. What can you do today to foster the connections in your life? Put some things in the feed. Sue's already got hers. She's going to meet with the sisters. I have another friend, Kay, who I think there are 5 or 6 girls in the family. That poor father. Anyway, there were 5 or 6 girls, and they do sisters weekends. So they'll get together in various places, go do things. Sisters weekends. I think that sounds very cool too. With my sisters, that would be kind of strange because we're all very different entities. Although my sister Carrie and I did have a lovely time when I was out there, and we ran away to the redwoods. And she and I really enjoyed that trip. Really enjoyed that trip. It was so lovely. I mean, maybe even now thinking of that redwood energy, it is just an amazing soul place to be. So if you've never gone, please put it on your bucket list because it is just such an awesome thing. So I'm going to say hello to those of you who popped on. We have 11 of you on here right now. Explore your soul group. If you're sitting there feeling like, man, I don't have any of that, your sisters don't get along at all. Absolutely get it. Absolutely get it. So you come at it from the perspective of this. It doesn't have to mean that you get along perfectly with all your siblings. I certainly don't. But honor their existence. Like if you're getting together for a celebration of life today, honor Linda's existence and her having moved into, through, and out of this lifetime. And what does that mean to you, for you? I always feel like when I go to a funeral or a celebration of life, it's a call to revisit that connection. However, I was connected to that particular person, revisit that connection. And what can I glean from that moving forward? And I like to think that at my own funeral or celebration of life, that will be what people are doing. What did my connection with Bonnie mean to me? And how does that influence my other relationships in life? I think that's huge. I think that's absolutely huge. And I also think that's part of why we want to talk about it ahead of time. What's important to you as you transition from this lifetime to the next one? What's important to you? We have such a weird relationship with death and dying. I personally am not all that worried about it. The I want to be comfortable, yes, and no intubation, none of that stuff, but I feel perfectly. I mean, when my mom was transitioning, I felt very much like she had one foot in the other world and one foot here. And she made comments that reflected that. There's my brother. Her brother had passed away when he was 18 in a car accident. She was joyful. She wasn't in our world at that moment, but she was joyful. And I thought, this is a good deal. This is a good deal. When it's time, when it's divine right timing and order, I'm ready to go, whatever that means. And yes, the redwoods were unbelievable. And you can't even describe them to somebody. How do you describe that kind of holiness? I mean, it's just all of those sacred place. And to touch one of those trees that has been there for hundreds of years is just amazing. Just amazing. Yeah. I would have liked to have spent more time there. I'll put that on the bucket list. More time with the redwoods. So that is our card for today. Friendship, unity, fun, play. What was the other word? Support. Cultivate that today. Cultivate that today for yourself, for others, and let's see how much lighter we can make this world. Have an awesome Wednesday. We'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, you are capable of far more than you think you are. Bye-bye.